when you think about it, there was a time where Harry and Meghan appearing on television would have ranked incredibly high. There's no two ways about it. People had a lot of interest in them. But then what happens is, well, people get a little bit bored of you. They've heard your story and it seems to be the same story. You see, when you think about Prince Harry, over here, if you'd have done a sit down, say, 5 years ago, it would have been a bit of a ratings buster. No two ways about that. So recently he sat down with the commercial channel ITV, and this was heavily promoted. Tabloid Tales or Tabloid on Trial, something like that. And it also had other celebrities in there, like the actor Hugh Grant, the singer Charlotte Church, and the one-time international footballer Paul Gascoigne. Lovely fella, by the way, Paul Gascoigne. Life's not been kind to him, but he's a very nice man. But what's interesting about this particular documentary, that was Prince Harry basically stating the reason behind why he's decided to go to war with the British tabloids and the fact that he blames them for the fallout with his family. Forgetting, of course, all the other things like the book and the docuseries and everything. You know, they just move all of this stuff on. It's not their point, you see. But this is now very worrying, not just really for ITV, but indeed for moving forward for that very much needed Netflix deal. Let me explain. Morning, good to see you. Thank you so much for your time, or good evening. You all right? Yes, this is beautiful, isn't it? Look at this. There's a lot of rain here at the moment, right? And you can just see how well all the greenery's just benefited from having a lovely drink, as I like to call it, nature's tap, you know? It's wonderful, isn't it? You know, you just sort of think, how green is my valley? Do you remember that? That was a lovely series, wasn't it, on TV? It's funny how your mind wanders, isn't it, when you're in place. Love this church. Been here, so long. Yes, and you just kind of think all the wonderful people that have been fortunate to go through there. Do you like looking at gravestones, by the way? I love looking at those. That's another story, isn't it? Well, we'll move on, yes. Back to your real story of the day. Now, here is interesting stuff, really, because this, you know, Tabloids on Trial it got a lot of publicity. There's no two ways about that. Lots of people were expected to tune in, but actually it came in as the 35th programme. Not good at all, just over 1.1 million. Now ITV are basically saying, oh, well, don't worry about that, you know, it's all about the clips. And I would agree with them on this particular instance. Younger people watch the clips, that's that. But younger people aren't necessarily interested indeed in the tabloid tales of Harry and Meghan. The commercial channel needed was big advertising, lots of viewers, millions they were hoping for, so they could sell expensive advertising space. It didn't really work out, as I said. Very, very low rating. Now, you can't just blame Harry, of course, because as I said, the aforementioned Hugh Grant, Charlotte Church, Paul Gascoigne, but the actual content was built around him. He was the star performer. Now, here's where it gets very worrying because, of course, bosses over at Netflix are seeing the fact that obviously The Heart of Invictus was a bit of a bomb, and other than the other thing that they did, their own docuseries, ratings-wise, not much else. The Business Show, nobody mentions that anymore, and literally now they're wondering, will this be the case for Meghan's cooking show and indeed the alleged polo show that they're currently working on? As I said, for Prince Harry, this is very concerning. And now for bosses over here in the United Kingdom, they would have to decide if they want to sit down with him and clear schedules. Is he now just daytime TV fodder? What was interesting was a boss over at ITV told me that he did have the opportunity to go and help promote the show over on their breakfast channel, Good Morning Britain. But apparently nicely but politely declined. Even if he'd have done a Zoom chat, that may have helped. What Harry doesn't realise is, when you're a micro-celebrity, which is what they are now, you have to do everything in your power to make sure you sell the product. That's the deal. And for Harry and Meghan to sit back and think people will just tune in because it's them, well, as they're finding out with their recent effort on CBS, that isn't now the case. Worrying times indeed. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.